So taking the pen tool, hitting the letter D to reset it so it's black to white, just take the fill off and just take a look. So if I want to make this as a curved, remember to Option brings it back if this outside is going to be curved. If I go to the midpoint or Shift key, that's going to keep it coming across. You can see it's pretty sharp there, so I'm going to curve it just a little bit less and come across and still see that it's pretty sharp of a curve. So I'm going to find the midpoint of these letters. Spacebar still allows me to do it. Corner point is set by clicking. I'm going to go behind these leaf forms and kind of ad-lib a little bit of it there. This part down here looks a little like a curve, so I'm going to curve just a segment to it. And I think I got that cut right there. Curve that one. Keep in mind you can set the curve afterwards as well, but this gives me the initial piece, so I'll go ahead and do the inside part. This also, I'm going to leave that as a corner point and show you what this one I'll curve though. Comes up to the top. Give this a color. And here's the direct selection tool, so when I select this part, I can use the widget right there to curve that, make that a little bit easier to draw. And the same with the pen tool here, just kind of a sharp point. Maybe have to find the midpoint of it. Put in a couple selections there. There's the point for it. And this one's going to have a compound shape to it. So there's that curve. So while this is selected, I'm just going to take the fill off, zoom in, click P for the pen tool, and come in and take a look. So now that I see this, this is going to have the inside shape. And we'll do one other function that's a little bit new, but take a look. Here's this little shape of the inside of the R, and I'm just going to go. It's selected, so I'm going to Object and see if I can't take a look at the path. And here it has the section of offset the path, and the preview is going to give me the offset in inches depending on how large I've made it, and I can decrease it down a little bit. You can see it jumps pretty quickly, so if I change inches to PT for points, put in 4, you can see how it makes it a little bit smaller. The only thing I have to do is set it into the parameters, so I'm going to cancel that just to show you. Go under where it has the preferences, general, units, and this will allow me to make sure. So here's the units of the section into points, type, selection into this section as well, and all these different aligning to it. So it should allow me to change that on the offsetting of the path here. Doesn't look like it transferred over, but let's see if I can minimize that down a little bit. So I'm going to put it, just type it in 10 PT, which will give me that much. So I'm going to take half of that. It's not, the measurement's not kicking in there, and that'll be the part I use. So now I have this selection going into it. So I'll just move these off to the side. That's the part that's going to be a selection. So they're both selected, so I can even use the shape builder and just hold the Option and take that section out. So now I have all these pieces, parts ready to go. If anything is selected, you can see that you have it all locked up or unlocked. So a piece in there. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So we'll make this outer part red, inner part we'll make green. Okay, you can see that this selection is kind of on top of it, so you have to actually punch a hole through that, making it a compound or compound piece there. And that'll give you that particular selection. So here it is on the slide here. So I will double click it, put it in isolation mode, copy it, come back to it, and this is the part that has to have a hole punched through it. So I'll go edit, paste in front, and I'll give it a different color so you can see. So I have this plus the green selected. Here's where I can punch a hole through it. So now this lettering section has the same part. And I'll go to edit, paste in front again. Give it another blue color and select the red piece. So now just to show it to you, those two are selected. And just punch a hole through there. This one, we can actually do the object and make it a clipping mask in there. So that'll give you that initial hole selected out of here. So here's this piece. And you also have the smart object to take a look at. So that gives you this lettering. There's the red placed into that section. And then the last part are these leaf type shapes that she has on the side. Take the pen tool and take a look at one of them. Click, you can drag the handle to it. Click to the other side, just option, and come right back down, and it'll make the other point to it. Okay, so let's take a look at one of these guys here. So you can click it, make that selection, make a corner point there, and just click that selection. Okay? In this particular one, it kind of goes off and around to it. Trying to match up as best you can what she has. That gives you the look for it. So it's just a matter of locating these shapes. In this case, it's a pen tool function here. Corner point. And why these are selected, changing the color, deciding the color scheme, placing those in back. So I'll finish that part up. That's where you're at with this one.